Would you say you're pro-Palestine or pro-Israel?
Pro-Palestine.
As a gay man, I would be punished and or put in prison or killed if I were openly gay in Palestine. How do you react to that?
I didn't know that. So
It is illegal to be gay in Palestine. You are punished by prison or death.
Israel?
No, Israel has gay pride. Israel is completely open to lesbian and gay people. Palestine puts them in prison or kills them. You weren't aware of that?
I was not aware of that, no.
Have you seen the Queers for Palestine movement? It's a very common movement, but I don't see any Muslims for Queer movements.
Yes. That's where it gets gray, right? Like, that's where I feel
well,
like...
for me, it's not gray. I am fearful of Islam because there is no Islamic country on earth that embraces me as a gay man.
So, okay, so maybe I'm confused because Israel, which is still an Islam country, right?
No, Jewish.
Okay.
So Israel's Jewish, Palestinians are Islamic.
Okay.
She did grab my camera.
He. Oh, assault! Hey, police, I just got spit on. Your daughters are Steve her. Her name is Luna, not the dead man that you keep calling her.
I got it, man.
It's sir.
Sorry, man.
Sir.
Man.
Is it respectful? Is it the
Man.
right here?
You're a woman.
He's a man. He's a man. He's more of a man than you are. He's more of a man than you are.
Listen, he actually believes that if someone disagrees with something, you can stand up and spit on them. That's how
Yes, this is not
miseducated you are.
disrespected.
You are so miseducated.
You can bring it. You can bring it. You can have it to their face in front of me. You will take it.
All right, guys. I want to thank you. I want the world to see it.
Yes, my name is Stella Raspberry. I am 17 years old. I was born last week. My phone number is email. I'm trapped. So you need to shut the f*** up. My dad is dead.
So I was passing in front of the store today, right? Look at the female mannequins. Look at the male mannequins. Why are there no overweight male mannequin? Is this some kind of unrealistic beauty standard men have to live up to? Because women are beautiful no matter their body size, right? The message that they keep telling women is you're beautiful no matter what. No matter what size. Not men, you gotta be in shape. Good. Everybody should be in shape, okay? Everybody should be in shape.
What's going on, boys? Eating victims today, are we?
Yeah, we are.
You're okay with animal abuse?
Well, animals that we eat. Dog abuse is
What's the difference, bro? Like, what's the difference between dog abuse and chicken abuse?
chickens we eat, dogs we don't.
No, but what's the difference?
The difference is the meat.
Do you think the chicken cares?
I don't really care about the chicken, so why would I care?
Well, I don't care about what you think. I'm just saying, like, if you're against dog abuse, why aren't you against pig abuse, chicken abuse, cow abuse?
Because I eat them.
Food.
We've lived on this for ages.
You do realise there are humans that eat humans,
I'm not
yeah? You wouldn't justify that.
This is what I don't get. We've lived on this for years and years to come, and now it's a big thing all over the world. We should be able to eat whatever the we want. It's our lives. No one should be able to control it.
So if someone wanted to eat you,
That's
you would be okay
their
with
life,
it?
though.
So you would be okay with cannibalism?
Whatever the fuck that is. I don't know school.
Cannibalism is humans eating other humans.
Oh, no. Humans, no.
So your argument goes out the window when it comes to someone eating you.
Yes, because that's a human.
I think it's an absolute disgrace that you've come here to arrest my son because he won't endorse transgenderism. That's why you're here. And it's absolutely shameful.
Sorry, what's your first name? Sorry.
My name is Sean Burke. I'm Enoch's father. Yes.
Oh, Sean. Okay.
And I could say that again.
Okay. Well,
But it's disgraceful. Well, you obviously don't, or you wouldn't be here.
What time is Enoch due home?
I have said all I've said to you, and that's all I'm going to say about my son.
Okay. So he's not here at the moment.
And it's a disgrace that you're here.
So he's
because
not here at the
he won't endorse transgenderism. You know why you've come. to arrest my son for one reason.
That's not the issue, Sean. We're asking you simple questions here. Or is it...
I've just told you that I've said what I've said.
So he's not home yet. Okay.
I told you what I said. That my son went to school this morning. To his job. That he should be.
That's fair enough, yeah.
And it's shameful. And it's a sad state our country has come when 4 Gardaí will come to my house. It's shocking.
If you ranked yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you do?
No!
Yeah, let's get back to reality.
Nice.
No, I'm in reality.
No, you're not in reality.
I'm in reality.
You're not in reality. If you're gonna be a 10, we can end this because that's not reality. You're not a supermodel.
So what are you betting?
You're not okay, man.
Check
the attitude. Check the attitude. This bullshit sorting around with black women. They call yourself a 10. Never say you don't. That is some of the most destructive psychobabble that's going around. Black women, you need to be more humble.
I'm a Christian woman. I'm
no. I said physically. You can be a Christian woman, but this.
Yeah, physically. I'm beautiful.
You're physically a 10. Then what is Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Rihanna? What are they?
Whatever they consider themselves to be.
See, this is that bullshit. And this is when I start to get upset because you ladies say you want help, but then when you start getting into it, your ego gets into it. Put your dick up. A 10 is supermodel looks. Are you
I'm far from ugly, honey.
I didn't say that. So you made this combative, man. If you really want to say you're a 10, that's fine. But show me what the model contracts are. You're saying you're a 10, a 100 on the test. Are you saying that there's nobody who scores higher than you on looks? You're in the top percentile.
Possibly. What? Possibly, honestly, but it doesn't matter.
As a feminist man, I think toxic masculinity is so destructive for our culture.
I wish all men were feminists like you.
Here's that check for you, sir. Sir? Do not assume my pronouns. How dare you assume that because I'm a man that I'm going to be paying for this whole dinner? Women are fully capable of paying for themselves.
You want me to split the bill between you two?
Leave the entire bill. She will pay for the entire thing because she is an independent woman who does not need a man to provide for her. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, I guess.
Here's the check, ma'am. I'm sorry. Canceled.
Oh my god, this is expensive. Give me a book. Matt, are you gonna help me?
As a feminist man, I don't want to imply that you can't defend yourself because you're a woman.
Are you serious?
You're just as capable of defending yourself as a man. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree?
Can you at least call the police?
The police. We need to defund those racist pieces of shit.
Hey, babe. Long time no call. Johnny suck it.
Long time no call.
Your little boy told me I used to have some wild nights down in West Hollywood. You know boys town?
No, I don't know.
Sucks for you, sucks for me.
Oh. Are you gay?
As a feminist man, I'm sexually fluid, even within a relationship. As a feminist woman, wouldn't you agree with that?
This.
I like this look.
Johnny, wait up!
Start across the restaurant, give me that.
You said it was okay to rip the hearts out of people on temples because you shouldn't judge them.
Those are people's religious practices.
So human sacrifice is a legitimate religious practice to you?
In some religions, yes. Who am I to tell people how they can practice their religion?
Wait, I'm sorry.
Are we done?
You were going to eat me up. I thought you were eating me up. You're a strong woman.
You can't eat up bigotry.
Do you think it's okay if a religious person, I don't know, put babies on spikes? If they were just like, you know what? It's part of our dance to our God. We take little babies and we impale them.
Is that what they're doing?
Somewhere I'm sure that that's where some places do it.
Anyways, can we move on? I don't care.
Well, I don't care if you don't care. Are you going to engage with the argument?
No.
No? But you were going to chew us up.
Did anyone get that?
Yeah.
Daryl!
You better move. You're gonna go next.
They're chained!
Get out now! Get out! On the ground! All of you on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Don't move!
We're environmental protesters! Please!
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
Please!
Verdammt nochmal! Scheiße! Ich bin nicht mal an seinem Finger und das macht er mit Absicht, um aufmerksam zu machen. Ich simuliere überhaupt keine Scheiße! Gucken Sie mal Ihren Kunden. Ja, aber das kann schon passieren. Ihr Blut ist zum Beispiel auch. Also da ist halt Schwach.
Dana, would you like to ask me questions and then let me answer them, or would you like to debate me on these topics? I noticed that when you had Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, You gave them multiple choice answers to the questions that you asked, and you allowed them to answer the questions. I'm happy to be here to talk about policy, but if you're going to interrupt me every single time that I open my mouth, then why am I even doing this? So please ask a question, and I'd ask you to be polite enough to let me answer it.
Yes. Car crash actually linked to one of my circle of friends. She died because an ambulance couldn't get through because your protesters, Just Stop Oil, were blocking the road and the ambulance couldn't get through in time. She couldn't get the help she needed and she died. Earlier you said that you are a peaceful protester. My friend is dead. How do you answer that?
We have a blue light policy, which means whenever we have roadblocks, as soon as we hear sirens, we see the blue lights, people move out of the way. Even when people are gluing in the road, there's always one lane that is kept clear so that people can move out of the way. And we have never had any complaints from either ambulances, fire brigade, or any other emergency services.
The video footage exists, and the lady can't complain now because she's dead. Let me ask you another question, Phoebe. Let me ask you, what bills do you currently pay? Who pays for your accommodation at university?
My student loan.
When have you ever paid any bills in your lifetime?
No.
So you don't know what it's like to be a homeowner and not to be able to afford your energy bills, and then see some stupid young people throwing soup over a painting in a gallery that has nothing to do with the fact they can't afford to pay their bills. You don't know what it's like to pay a bill, Phoebe, do you?
No, but I have empathy for those people. You know, the climate crisis is fueled, but the cost of living crisis is fueled by the cost of oil crisis. They are both one crisis. It's a crisis of greed of our government and their billionaire friends.
What do you understand about an ordinary family who can't afford to pay their fuel bills, who needs ordinary fuel to be delivered, but because of green taxation, their bills are now so expensive they can't afford them? And if we stop oil, how much more expensive do you think fuel's going to be, Phoebe? Or is it that you're just spouting out words that you and your friend think look good? How is it related to stopping oil to throw soup over a painting in a gallery? How is that related? How is it helping the poorest people in my country?
I understand that right now fossil fuels are subsidised 32 times more than renewables, even though renewables are 9 times cheaper. Would you rather your bills were £3,500 or £400?
I would rather that you and your friends stopped wreaking havoc in the City of London. I'd rather you stop throwing soup over paintings, stop putting orange paint on the windows of Harrods, stop sitting in roads so that my friend couldn't get the treatment that she needed. And I'd rather you went out, worked a bit. Maybe you could do some litter picking on a beach. Maybe you could do something that was practical and helpful. But I don't think being obtrusive and obstructive and lecturing ordinary people when you have no idea what it's like to try and work and make ends meet in the UK. You talk about millions of people. You talk about people who are in poverty. You have no idea what that's like because you live in the rarefied atmosphere of a university at some wokerati place, and you think what you're doing is changing the planet. I think what you're doing is pissing people off, and I think you could allocate your energies more effectively by going out and picking up litter on a beach.
Not do a 9 to 5. I know this is going to sound spoiled. I know this is going to sound like some artsy creative who, you know, just doesn't want to put in the hard work and hours, but I physically do not think I can do it. I start to cry if I have more than like 3 non-creative tasks to do in a day. And imagining doing 8 hours a day of something that I don't really love for the rest of my life. So there's no other option. This has to work. This is gonna sound even more artsy and arrogant, but I heard this quote in a show once and it said, people like us can't live normal lives. If we try, it kills us. And honestly, I am throwing myself into that category because I think I will simply die. So if you want to listen to my music and help be, you know, one step in the process of me not literally dying, please stream it. I love you guys.
God says you guys must be killed with the sword.
So you're saying the white people must be killed with a sword?
This is the King James 611 Bible. That's what
you guys
God
think
said.
Anything's wrong with that? Murder? Is that okay? No, slavery is not okay. It was never okay. But why would you combat it with the same? So you're gonna do that to white people?
Reading the Bible. This is the word of God.
God says you are going to be killed. You're saying these horrible things that are making.
This was written before slavery, so you can't even interpret that to slavery. This was written way before slavery.
Does he deserve to die because he's white? Does he deserve to die?
God said yes.
So what are you guys doing out here? You're preaching the word, but you don't have the balls to do it yourself? You don't have the balls to do it yourself.
Ancestors during the slave trade, read, must be killed with the sword.
Do I deserve to die? Do I? I deserve to die.
God said to prepare your butts for slaughter today.
All right, guys, so what we have here is a bunch of black people saying that white people deserve to die. White people, absolutely.
That's exactly what's being said.
How is that not racist?
It is racist.
So you're admitting it?
It is absolutely racist.
Why is that okay? It is not okay to say people deserve to die.
That's it. You gotta deal with us over here.
Holy stand behind a microphone. You guys aren't going to do by yourselves. All right, yeah, all right. This is some toxic masculinity. Look how, do you think these men are very manly saying that white people deserve to die?
No. I've watched your videos before, so.
Do you agree with them that white people deserve to die?
No, not at all.
How crazy is that? So we can recognize that slavery is wrong, but that doesn't mean that we should be advocating to murder people based on their skin color, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think I deserve to die because I'm white?
No.
That's what they're preaching.
What makes you beautiful? You're beautiful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's weird hearing in California.
Is between men and women.
Yes, there are biological differences between men and women.
But I'm saying there's certain character attributes and traits of how young men should be raised and how young ladies should be raised.
You are defining that women should be raised in one way and men should be raised in another.
Without a shadow of a doubt, yes. Men
How
should
men be raised?
to be gentlemen, to never use force unless absolutely necessary, and women who are more biologically likely to be nurturers and caretakers should be taught to be ladies from a young age. That's biologically consistent.
So and stay at home. And
No, if women want to do something different, then that's fine. However, the data shows when men and women around ages 6 to 18 are given the option of what kind of majors they want to study, women tend to go towards early childhood education, nursing, so on and so forth, and men tend to go towards business and finance. Men and women have biological differences.
because of the way that they were raised.
No, that you and I completely disagree. It's the DNA chromosomal structure that is inherent in who they are. Men are better at some things than women, and women are better at some things than men.
What things are men better at?
Lifting heavy objects. Women are better caretakers and nurturers. Women are more organized. Women mature earlier.
Dude, I'm a way better nurturer than my sister. I work with kids. Holy shit.
There are always exceptions to the rule,
Oh,
but the rule exists
then
for a
there's no
reason.
rule.
So the top.
There cannot be exceptions to a rule because the rule doesn't exist.
No, that's not the case. You have the rule, which is a generally true on the aggregate, but you always have things that are outliers to the data trend. Men are typically physically gifted than women. That's true.
I'm sorry. Say that again?
That men are usually stronger physically than women. That is true. The data supports that. Are there women that are stronger than men? Of course. That's an exception to a rule. That's called an outlier to data.
How is that a naturally better then? 'Cause, like,
I'm not saying better. I'm not saying one sex or gender is better than the other. They're different.
I can see your point. I can see that men do have more testosterone.
Oh, okay,
so they are
that's what I'm
stronger.
saying. So there's differences.
Yes, but
Therefore, men are better at certain things than women, and women are better at certain things than men.
Calm down. The people that's running this said they wanted you all gone. So if you're either gonna go or these guys right here is gonna take you.
Well,
it's that
they can't. It's a public street. It's a public street.
What's going on?
Hey,
the people run the festival don't want them here filming when they want them gone, and that's what they said. And they say they don't have.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
The sun guy.
They have the right to actually.
Okay, well, we're not knocking that part. But why
I'm
is
just
going to
going by
prepare
what
questions
people
and
at the
round people up to
festival
fight?
said. They want them
That's what
gone.
you're going to try to do. So he's shaking his head, yeah? No, I'm listening to you guys.
Let's ignore them. And
We can't. The people that runs this.
Jack, calm down.
We can be harassing people. Like if they can ask people questions, but if they walk up to someone and someone's like declines to
Why don't they do it outside the gates?
they can walk off.
Why don't they just do it outside the gates? Because I have the right to be here.
He knows his rights. That's why he's doing it.
I know.
Just don't harass anybody.
don't put his hands on
People
them
are
like
like,
that.
if they decline to.
Of course, I just walk away.
That'd be bad
for his position.
Huh?
I said that'd be bad for
But
his
don't
position.
rile him up.
I'm not.
Don't threaten.
He didn't didn't threaten me. He didn't threaten me. He just asked me to leave, but I said that I have the right to be here. Well, you guys have a good day. I'm gonna keep asking questions. So what's your infatuation with the devil?
Oh, I'm not infatuated with the devil. I just really don't like fake Christians.
Wait, what?
I don't like fake Christians. So normally they are protesters here telling everyone they're going to hell.
So what would you identify as a fake Christian?
Oh, well, most of the people who say they're Christians and then tell everyone else they're going to hell. That's pretty much fake, because I don't think they really have the authority to do that. They're mean, they're bitter, they're nasty, they judge everybody.
Are you Christian?
I'm agnostic.
Okay.
Because I don't think as a human being I'm smart enough to know anything.
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts, it's not facts.
So, I mean, let's put it this way. I behave more Christ-like than most of the Christians I know.
Well, here's the thing. In the Bible, there are Bible verses that go against... I'm not gonna scream.
There's also Bible verses that go against people with left hands, and there are Bible verses against people that eat shrimp, and there are Bible verses that tell you can have slaves. The Bible is.
You're talking Old Testament in regards of who they're speaking.
Is it in the Bible? Is it in the Bible?
Okay, so you don't know the Bible because Romans 7:6 discusses that. Romans 7:6. If you would read that verse, it would address everything perfectly.
Have you read Alice in Wonderland?
Okay, so I'm talking about the Bible. You're talking about a fairy tale.
Yes, so am I.
Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah. So
they're all fairy tales.
I disagree with your demonic dress, but at the same time, I accurately think it represents what's going on here.
But here's the thing: you can disagree with me, and I don't give a right?
I'm talking today about the Jeff Younger situation. Are you familiar with that?
I'm transgender. I'm born and raised here in New Mexico. I have a graduate degree in information technology, marketing, business, and finance. I own my own home. I pay taxes. I have a 6-figure job. I'm a respected professional in Albuquerque. I'm a mother. My life experience is that I'm an awesome person. I am well-liked. I'm responsible, and I think I'm pretty cool. You touched on something. You said something earlier that for you, when somebody calls you a man, it doesn't faze you because, like, you just know that you're a man. That was interesting to me because I feel the same way about my identity as a woman. My question leading up to this, you've asserted that no one would ever see me as a woman, that nobody would ever see or could see a transgender person as a woman, and yet I have dozens of friends from diverse backgrounds, women from the reservation, a woman from Japan, several immigrant women. I have my coworkers, I have my boss, my VP, my CEO, all respecting me as a woman, my family, my long-term friends who are actually here with me. All of these people assure me, like, I'm a woman. They'll tell me, girl, like, there is no way you are a man. They see me as a woman. So the question, how can you assert that nobody would ever see me as a woman when my material experience tells me you're wrong?
Okay. It's interesting that that's the part of my talk you chose to ask a question about, because that's not in my talk at all. I don't believe I said that no one would ever see you as a woman. I mean, it's possible, I suppose, that you could fool someone. Now, you brought this up, so I have to tell you that you brought this up. You've put your identity on the table for conversation. And so I'm going to say you wouldn't fool me at all. I mean, I see a man 100%. And I think that most people would. Now, the fact that you have people in your life who are saying to you, oh, you're totally a woman, it's exactly what I'm talking about. No one in my life has ever once said to me, you're totally a man, Matt. You know, if a friend of mine called me on the phone and said, listen, Matt, I want you to know you're really a man, I would think that there was something wrong with him. I would say, why are you saying that at all? It doesn't make any sense. So the fact that this is a conversation to begin with tells me, it only proves the point that I'm trying to make, that your identity, even in your own mind, is up for, it's something that you need to be assured of. Now, what I would like to ask you, again, because you're standing here, and so You've brought your identity on the table for discussion. So how do you know that you're a woman?
It was first when I heard transgender persons describe their experience in their own words. And this was only about 2 years ago. Hearing somebody describe things, it was a woman from like England, describing her experience, her childhood, her teenage years. And it blew my mind to be listening to her, because it was just some podcast that I was listening to while I was like doing laundry. But it blew my mind to hear somebody so eloquently and precisely describe things that I had experiences
What
that
was
I
the
had
description?
experienced.
What did they say?
Okay. So I am honestly hesitant. I know that you touched earlier about the difficulty that transgender women might have in describing their identity, but I want to state, I honestly don't feel that you would engage in this conversation in good faith.
But why are
And
you here?
so-
Why did you stand up to talk to me if you don't want to have a conversation? You're saying that you discovered that you're a woman. I'm asking you how you did. That's a very fair question.
Okay.
How do you know that you're a woman?
That's fine. All right. So first of all, listening to transgender people, and it was like, okay, this is a one-off, one person describing these things. Things like looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Hearing compliments like, you are such an example, like a positive masculine role model. And just hearing that and being like, it feels like they're talking about somebody else. It means feeling alone, even when you're surrounded by guys, even when you have a lot of friends.
For more Wokie videos, hit the like and subscribe button.